me strength to push right through until the dawn.
Hey, what's up there, guys? So, hi. This is a game of Domination on Crash, one of my all-time favorite maps from COD 4, and when I heard they're getting bring them back into Modern Warfare 2, I was like, yes, I love this game now. Really enjoy Crash, and this commentary, I'm going to be talking about tactics and games and stuff like that, and how to improve your game with a few simple tips and stuff from myself. I'm actually kind of going to talk about gameplay and some examples and stuff that I use in this game. So I'm going to be mainly talking about rushing in Modern Warfare 2, which a lot of people don't do just because it's hard to get good scores. And a lot of people kind of, I don't know how to explain it, but kind of when they hear rushing, they just think of trigger-happy psychos running around shooting as much as possible. And that's true to an extent, but there's a lot more strategy behind rushing than most people think. Sure, you can go out, shoot people, and run around, you know, like a headless chicken. But there are better ways to go around being an aggressive player, especially in this game with all the campers and all that stuff. So first of all, I think you guys should rock out the UAV. As you see, I got it right there. That was like perfect time. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know this, but I actually have like a, what do you call them, yellow pad, whatever you call them, right next to me with the time zones of like everything I do. No, I'm kidding. Time zones? What am I saying? Yeah, so UAV I think is like an essential part of being good at this game, because knowing where your opponents are on the map, or you know where the majority of them are fornicating. Oh wow, I can't believe I just said that. You know, if you know where they are, chances of you being able to flank them and you know more or less use that to your, or I don't know what I'm saying. More or less, UAV, use it to your advantage. See where they are on the minimap. And I mean, you don't really have to see exactly where they are, but in what general direction. Then you can be like, alright, well, I know that they're pushing up on A, and they're most of them are at B. I should flank around. UAV, good. You should use it, especially if you're rushing. And when you're rushing for kill streaks, I think use lower stuff. Don't really go for the chopper gunners and stuff like that. In this video, I'm using the 359 setup. I got the UAV, Predator, and Pavlo. And I usually don't use like kill streaks that kill. I usually go UAV, counter UAV, and like a airstrike or something like that, stealth bomber. And this time I was like, you know what, I'll go for a Pavlo. I haven't gone for like actual air support in a while, so why not? Now, going on to perks and like the setup you should use, I think mainly for rushing, you should usually go with something you're comfortable with, whether it's a assault rifle or SMG. For me, I usually go SMG or a sniper rifle. Occasionally a assault rifle, and I usually use the TAR, and that's about it for rushing at least. Yeah, so pick out a gun. I would recommend the MP5 if you're kind of in a close quarter map, or with you know a lot of kind of bends and turns and stuff like that. More or less like one-on-one standoffs, because MP5's fast at shooting and has great hip fire, which is a good plus to have. And yeah, well, I mean, okay, perks wise, I think you should probably use either Marathon or Sleight of Hand for your first. Scavenger not so much. If you want to, you can, but I would suggest Sleight of Hand and Marathon, just because that's kind of the best way to go. And right here, let me just point out that I picked up an MP5, and then now I've picked up this Spaz, and you'll see I you know, picking off these weapons off of dead bodies and stuff just because it's convenient. Alright, I don't have to reload my gun. I can just pick someone else's up and use it against the opponents, you know. and that's a really good tactic, I guess, to use against people when you're getting low on ammo or you have to reload or anything, and there are people all around you. Just try and pick up the closest weapon around you, and that usually works out for the best. Sometimes not so much, but you'll see before. There's a good example of picking up weapons and stuff like that. So back to perks, what I usually run with is sleight of hand or marathon with usually stopping power and Ninja Pro, just because I got a headset. But steady aim is good, so you can hip fire, which is always good. A little bit faster, you don't have to aim down the sights. But yeah, so I think, yeah, and then everything else is kind of just standard, you know, use stuns or flashes, whatever you prefer, and probably a grenade for rushing classes. And if you guys have not changed your stick layout to tactical, you should maybe try that out. What it just does is puts your crouch and prone button on your right stick instead of knifing, which puts you at a disadvantage if you want to knife someone, but you know, you can do it just as well if you kind of get used to it. But it's actually really good, and you'll see me kind of drop shot and do all that stuff, and that's how a lot of the big names on YouTube and stuff drop shot, is because they use tactical. Although Tabes doesn't use tactical, he uses default setup and still does pretty good drop shots, I must admit. So if you guys should check that out. And also, if you are rushing, you should probably have a higher sensitivity. I go on 10 almost all the time. Actually, all the time I do go on 10, and that's just because I'm used to 10, and I mean, I don't suggest going straight to 10 just because that's crazy. I kind of worked my way up, and what's the default, like 3 or something? You should try 4, 5, and I think an acceptable for like rushing when you're kind of at the point where you need to kind of swivel back and forth. I think 5 is kind of best minimum, but I mean, you can run with the default if you want. Just kind of personal preference. That's what it kind of comes up to. And when you're rushing, it's really kind of comes down to what you like to do. Because I mean, if you like the UMP, use the UMP. If you like the MP5, use the MP5. P90, whatever, you know, go for it. It's a lot of people kind of get caught up with, all right, well, the pros use MP5s. That must mean that I should use that too. I don't. I meant M16. Whatever. If you want to run with that, sure, go ahead. But a lot of the weapons I use are just because of personal preference. I like the way the TAR feels. I like the way the UMP feels. All that stuff. Pretty good gameplay. Hope you guys enjoyed that. 43 and 10. Not the best commentary, but meh, off the wing. Whatever.